Okay, next question. Should I train in other styles at the same time? Okay, so I guess the question is, should you cross train? Should you do like different styles at the same time? Okay, so okay, this is like a yes or no question. All right, so if you're brand new, regardless of what you're doing, I would suggest no. So I think you need to have a foundation in whatever it is you're practicing, and then maybe you can cross-train in another style. The only exception would be like if you were doing a stand-up style, like let's say you were learning Muay Thai or karate or taekwondo, well then I would say you could combine that with like judo or jiu-jitsu, right? Because totally different, one's focused on the ground, one's focused on standing up. The reason I would not do, say, boxing and, actually no, let's say taekwondo and karate, a traditional karate style at the same time is there could be a little bit of confusion, especially if you're brand new. I mean, if you're like a black belt and you've been doing it for many years, okay, at that point you should be able to switch between styles depending what day it is. That's actually one of the skills of advancing. You need to adapt. But if you're brand new, I would stick to one style. Stay there for a while, a year at least. Spend time. Obviously, I say a year, but it really comes out to consistency. If I say a year, you're going once a week. That's not good, right? So consistency, right? Build a foundation, and then maybe, unless it's not fulfilling your needs, and then you need to try another style so that you can learn it, good. But you have to build a basic understanding of one style before you really start venturing off to others, right? So martial arts is a journey. It's not like you get a certificate and you've mastered it. That's not how it works. It takes many, many years. Personally, I've been doing martial arts 30 years, right? So yes, I have a karate school, but I started in taekwondo, I've done capoeira, I've trained professional boxers, professional kickboxers, I've taken classes with kung fu instructors, I've, jiu-jitsu, I've done wrestling. So all those life experiences eventually just all kind of put it all together, and you learn a much deeper understanding. Like we'll do katas, and sometimes I'm like, oh, this is totally a jiu-jitsu move. Or this is, oh, we used to do this in wrestling, So there's, the more you expose yourself, the more that you will learn. But at the beginning, you really just need to build a foundation. When I did wrestling, I was doing wrestling and I was doing taekwondo, right? Two totally separate things. And they don't cause any confusion between the two. So that would be my answer. Stick to one. If you really want to do two, well, then they have to not interact, like ground and stand up. And have one should have nothing to do with the other one, at least on the foundation level. So that's what I would say. Stick to one for now. If you're a go-getter and you have to do it, well, then definitely don't do two stand-ups at the same time. Do a ground and a stand-up style.